This is $50, and $50 will get you a decent amount of meat depending on which butcher you go to. Meat is easily my favourite food, so much so that whenever I head out to buy it, I typically end up buying much more than I need. It's time to change that, so today I'll be visiting 3 levels of butchers and attempting to spend $50 on one item to see how much value I can get for my money. And for the butcher I like the most, I'll be heading back to buy myself some more meat. And here we are, out the front of butcher number 1. I probably wouldn't say I'm out the front, but I'm as close to it as you can possibly get. I've got myself a little vantage spot in the corner here. The Quality Works butcher. This is a butcher that I dug up in my investigations late last night. Had some mixed reviews, but I did think it'd be a good place to kick things off. I'm excited to get in there and just see what their reactions are to me doing this pretty unique challenge. I did it a few weeks ago with $20. I've obviously got a bit more flexibility with the $50. Because of that flexibility, I'm only giving myself the chance to buy one item. So I think it's time to get over there and check it out. I'm nice and close. I think if I had $1 for every time someone looked at me in the past 10 minutes, I'd be a multi-millionaire by now. So I'm gonna get out of this little cramped position and go and get my hands on some steak. The Quality Works butcher number 1. I think this one's gonna be the most interesting one yet, so here we go. The $50 limit, hey? Thankfully they've got quite a good variety here. Look at those well-marbled steaks there, look at that. That is wonderful, but I don't think that's gonna cost me $50, so they don't have Wagyu. This might be a challenge for butcher number 1 at all. I wanna spend as close to $50 as I can for one item. $50 for one item. That's the best one?
Yeah.
The porterhouse. How much do you reckon one of them will cost?
I use a YouTuber.
I'm a YouTuber, yeah, do YouTube.
15, 14.
That's only $15.
What?
Trying to spend as close to $50 as I can. Only one item though.
You want one item?
One item.
Any one item is $50.
$50, yeah.
That's easy.
We'll have to go for the most expensive one.
No, you don't need to. If
Really?
you want to cut, exactly $50, I cut for you.
A $50 card.
But I get the Scotch fillet for you.
Okay, we'll get the
And I
Scotch.
make it $50 for you.
$50
in one item.
Big, big one. Make it big.
Okay.
We're going big here. You reckon that's $50?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go for that. That's pretty thick. 44. That's okay.
Alright.
Let's see how thick it is. Yeah, that'll do. That's good. That's fine.
Anything else?
No, that's good, man. That's going to take me a long time to cook.
You should cut it in 3 pieces.
You should cut it in. No, we'll keep it for one.
Okay.
$44.20. I've got cash.
Yep.
That's going to be a super challenging cook, but I'll leave it short, man. Thank you for doing that.
Okay.
Appreciate that, man. Have a good day. Bye-bye. He's definitely stretched the rules there. I've got my hands on what will arguably go down as one of the thickest Scotch fillet steaks I've ever cooked, but I'm questioning my life decisions right now. He was like, oh, I should cut it up into 3, and I was like, nah, we'll make it a challenge. The shopping centre is right over there. Like, I could not be closer. The perfect place to cook the thickest Scotch fillet of all time. I'm probably gonna get a few bloody people in the comments saying, why don't you just cut it up? And I'm like, I like a challenge. Looks like a good steak though. Looks like a very good steak. God, this is gonna take a long time. I'm gonna crack this new beef tallow. Listen to this. It's a freshie, pulled it out of the garage this morning. Packed these bad boys at my house, would you believe it? That is probably too much. God. That was not good. That pan is roaring and I've got beef tallow all over me. Look at the size of it. Fucking hell. You want some, fellas? Look at that. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this one. This is gonna have to be one of those cooks where I take it on and off the pan. The idea behind that is that whilst it's resting, it's still gonna actually cook the steak on the inside. All I'm really worried about at this stage is getting an even cook and really nothing else. The crust is honestly the last of my concerns. So it's 11:26 a.m. I don't reckon I'm gonna be eating this thing till 11:50, but thankfully I bought myself a freezer bag. Take any of the leftovers home. There is no chance I'm finishing all this steak. Probably like 5 minutes into the cook now. Look at the size of it. I set up a little timer so you can see how long it's taken. 11:33, we're 6 minutes in. I'll be taking this thing off well past 11:50 now, to be honest. Just hit the 10-minute mark. Let's give it a look. Boop. That looks nice. This is one of those cooks where I'm like, I really hope someone just flops along as I'm cutting it open and enjoys it with me, because there's no chance I'm gonna be finishing this. And that crust is really, really coming along now. Look at the size of this thing, seriously. Okay, just hit 11:46. I'm gonna give this a chance to rest. Coming up to 11:55. Let's get some heat into this bad boy. There we go. That thinner part of the steak is almost feeling ready, to be honest. That rest just before really has made a difference in my opinion. I could, off camera, cut this open and check if it's ready, but I'm not gonna do it. I don't think I've ever cooked a steak on a pan for this long. That crust is really coming together now. That's probably the last you're gonna see of it. It's feeling like it's cooked, to be honest. One. That's 12:05, ladies and gentlemen. It is looking spectacular. Yes, look at that. Absolutely perfect. Probably on the edge of like even being a bit overcooked. Obviously, I would prefer to cook a steak of this size in an oven, but you can still get away with cooking it well on a pan. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. Wow, the flavor profile from the crust is insane. It's very tender. I am very happy with this. I know I said it before, that crust, out of control. This is the final bite. Check it out. We're off to a good start, ladies and gentlemen. We're off to a very good start. I am laughing already because I'm just imagining walking into butcher number 2, which is just over here, Huntingdale Butchers. And I'm just imagining what I'll need to say to them to get my hands on a similar size steak as the last one, because that was a very unique experience and a very unique cook. But here we are out to the front of Level Butcher or butcher number 2, whatever you want to call it. I was out the front of what I thought would be the other butcher, literally down the road, and was like, I'm out the front of another supermarket, and there was not a chance that level number 2 was going to be in the supermarket. To be honest, I'm standing out the front and I'm like, this is exactly what I imagine a good quality local butcher to be. So I didn't really do too much homework because I did obviously rush from that last butcher to get here. The review, I think we're sitting at like 4.5. Honestly, aside from that, didn't really do any homework whatsoever on this location. So let's go. Huntingdale mates. Excited for this one. Hey mate, how are you? I'll do a bit of filming.
Oh,
That's my...
the boss then.
Oh, I don't know, you can see you, it's fine.
He's alright, he's here.
Okay, the boss. Hey mate, how are you?
Good.
I'll do a bit of filming.
Filming?
Filming, yeah, I do social media.
Social media?
Yeah, that's my job, I'll show you.
Steak man.
The steak lad is what I
Yeah.
can call myself. Do you even have Instagram?
Instagram?
Yeah.
No. I'm not into internet and
Really?
shit.
Why
No.
not?
Old style.
Old school.
No idea about that last
Really?
week. No.
So you don't do any socials at all?
No. Look, we've been witches for 50 years. So we didn't learn the new system with the internet and ABN and all this stuff. 50 years.
50 years. Is yours for 50 years?
Not in this shop, but I had another shop before here. 50 years old.
I'm doing something today a bit unique. I want to spend $50, as close to $50 as I can, but only one steak.
For one steak.
One steak for $50.
Well, the ribeyes,
Yeah?
I know, they won't be 50.
Really?
You have to get more than that. Hey,
Maybe you can cut me.
you
Oh,
can get 2,
that'll do actually. I mean, they're pretty decent size. No, just only one item.
$26.50.
$26.50. Could you cut one double the size? Just go with that. Just go with that.
Look, if you cut it double, you have to roast it.
That's
You
gonna
can't-
take a
you
long
can't
time.
put it on the griller. Where it is, you can grill it.
Yeah. We'll go with the grill.
Oh yeah, there you are. Double the size.
Double the size. That's 1.2 kilos, bro. That's a big boy.
54.
54. Yeah, well, that's. I mean, that's going to take a long time to cook, won't it? That's a
You
roast.
can't put it on the grill.
Really?
It's too thick.
I mean, it's a bit of a challenge. It could be a challenge. Let's just go for the biggest one you have here. That one's too big. That one's too big. What was your name, sorry?
Terry.
Terry. Nice to meet you, Terry. $26.50, you said? I love this store though. Like, I'm assuming you just got a lot of loyal locals, yeah?
Yes, loyal customers.
Loyal customers.
Good quality meat. That's you.
And good quality meat. Where do you source the meat from?
Gibson way.
Gibson, okay.
It's the best thing you can get. So what? You got a card or something? Right
I'll
here.
write it,
Your
I'll write
name.
it.
in
I'll
the
write my
back.
name on
That's
it,
my card here.
Yep.
And I'll have a look with the girls when they put the Facebook on.
Yeah.
See what do you do?
And they help you with the Facebook.
Oh yeah, I have no idea about those. They're good for me.
It's a different world.
Yeah, it sure is.
There we go. That's the best. That's not my
Yeah,
card.
put it on the cassette.
I don't. I need
Do
to.
this, yeah.
I know. I need to. Thank you, Terry. Have a good day. Nice to meet you. Have a good one. Enjoy. I didn't really want to get that ribeye. It was huge. So I really do have to comment on some of these old school butchers I've been finding. Like that was, I just love those places. You know, and that is what butchers are all about. This was the most expensive steak I could get my hands on. And it's still, for the price, still a decent sized ribeye. For $26, that is some very good value. The smell of tallow hitting the pan never fails to disappoint me. And if you have been on the fence about buying this thing, I would greatly appreciate it. I know I give away a free one each week. I do sell it on my website as well if people want to support, because it does help me out. I don't really do too many brand deals because I prefer to keep it sort of natural with my audience. I'd rather sell something of my own. So if you do watch my videos, that is a good way to support. But if you want to hang around to later in the video, you can get your hands on a free one. But the first person only. Let's get this on. Isn't she beautiful? This is still going to take me a while to cook this one, but definitely not 40 minutes like the last one. Like if I was just on my own, I would never do that. That was all for show. Something like this is actually quite affordable just for about anyone. This is a 500-gram steak and it cost me $26. That's good value. Oh, the sun's about to come out. I'll be adjusting that camera in no time, I reckon. Time to adjust. Look at that. That looks horrific. That lighting's going to be horrific. Who cares? Let's give it a flip. Yes, please. Whenever I flip the steak for the first time around, I do like to increase the heat ever so slightly. I reckon that's looking good. I don't even look at it. Oh, it is looking good. I'm in this weird little sun position where it's like sunny, sunny, sunny. I'm not gonna shy away from the realism of this video. Like, I am just a bloke with a tripod and a camera here trying to figure out how this steak cooking in the park will make sense one day. How's that crust? Wonderful. Once the crust is developed, I do like to flip it regularly just because at this stage of the cook, it's more about getting an even cook as opposed to the development of the crust. What I like to look for when I am cooking a steak is how firm it is. And as you can tell here, it's still quite soft, which is typically a sign that it is not ready. Look how good that is looking, seriously. And as you can tell, it's a lot more firmer than it was before. One more flip, and I reckon that's gonna be it. Yeah, I'm gonna back myself in. Look at that crust. Beautiful. Let's get this thing out and rested and we'll be slicing it up in no time. I cut the bone. I cut the bone. Yeah, you probably can't even see that with the lighting, but that is a perfect cook in my opinion. Let's give this thing a taste, straight from Gippsland. You can tell that this is a very good cut of steak. Very, very well flavored. The crust is really good. This is the most tender part of the steak. You can tell that it's exceptional quality. The crust that you get from a long pan sear is insane. That, my friends, is a very good cut of steak. And I can't help but show you that last bite. Look at that. The passion from the great man Terry, you can just feel it in the meat. I can tell why he's been there for 58 years. Butcher number 3, coming right up. Meat Smith, sitting right over here. They're a chain, so I think they've got like 2 or 3 around Melbourne. And the last time that I went to this store exactly was like in the very, very early days of the Steak Lad. Like this would have had to have been in the first 3 months. The $50 probably isn't going to get me that far at this location. For the second one, I was a bit more, you know, a bit more cautious, but for the third one, I'm almost convinced the $50 at the premium end of this butcher is probably going to be hard to hit. So Meat Smith, here we go. Hey brother, how are you?
Not too bad.
What's going on?
Not too much. What can I do for you?
I do a bit of social media.
Easy done, man. What's happening?
I'm doing like a video today. I can only spend 50 bucks.
Yeah, sweet.
Well, you got like a big ribeye or something, or?
I don't. I just had someone come in and buy the whole ribeye set.
Really?
I do have some beautiful T-bones though.
Okay, T-bones. What do you reckon they'll be price-wise?
$52.70.
52. Slightly smaller one.
Yeah, this guy here is probably right on the money.
600 grams.
$48.80.
That's perfect, bro. Let's get a look at it. She's looking wonderful, bro. That's very nice. I'm happy with that. 47.42. Bang on the nose, brother. There we go. This is steak number 3 for today, bro.
Oh, happy days.
Steak number 3. It's been a big one.
Eating well.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Oh, appreciate that.
Good to see you, mate. You take care.
No worries at all. I will, man. I told you, the 600 gram T-bone was all I needed. I forgot the steak. I forgot the steak. Got a little pile. You know what? I'm going to get my phone out. Look at this. Doesn't get much better. The amount of stuff behind the camera, it's almost laughable at this point, but I'm not gonna laugh. I've had too many laughs for this video. It's a good thing. The $47.42 T-bone steak. Look at the color on it. Seriously deep red color. Looking very, very tasty. God, it looks good, it's big. I'm not gonna use any tallow. I'll tell you what, I probably will use a little bit. But I think the fitting word for a free beef tallow will be steak on the beach. The first person to say it, you're getting a free one. You know, like you guys only see like such a small amount of what actually goes into the final video, but moments like these, you know, very peaceful. That should sort me out. There we go, that's already helping. I can feel it. Look at that. Instant sizzle. Yeah, I feel it always cooks quicker than the porterhouses whenever I cook these things, so I'm going to be mindful of that when I cook this bad boy. Let's get this down. Oh yes. I reckon we'll be sitting at like 6 to 7 minutes for this one. Piece with a bit of steak. I think it's time for a flip. Oh, I can already tell that's good. And it is. The tallow has pulled to the left side or the closest side to where I'm at, and you can really tell with how that crust has developed. I don't even care if this steak's overcooked or undercooked. I'm just happy to be here. Let's give you a final look at this steak. Oh yes, you can barely even see it, but it's looking good, I promise. Look at at this, the scenes. The $47 steak, is it worth it? Give it a quick salt. I'm gonna let that rest for a few more minutes. I don't even care if this steak's overcooked. Definitely a bit on the rare side. I should have let it rest way longer. It's still gonna taste good. Wow, that's great steak. You know, it is definitely on the rarer side. It's not crazy tender, but the flavor profile is just insane. And in the time I've been sitting here yapping, you can tell that color is just a lot more pronounced than what it was before. And it's more tender. There's no chance I'm getting back to my favorite butcher, but I have a decision to make overnight. And I'm back.
You want another ribeye?
I want another one, bro. I went to a few butchers yesterday. You were my favorite.
Where's that?
Oh, just, you know, you mate. You make it. You make it. So I got to come back. That's part of the video. I want to come back and buy another one.
The only thing we don't have is the sawdust on the floor.
Really?
You remember the sawdust?
No, I don't, but
Or you too young?
do. Yeah, probably. Appreciate that, Terry. Have a good day. Stay well. Don't we just love Terry? What a man.